I'm Gator Griffis. I died and lived to tell about it. Or, I'm Gator Griffis and I've died and lived to tell about it. Well, you know, some that really broke the barrier for me were LL Cool J, when he came out with the boombox and the radio, the whole first, album. Then you go into Run DMC and going way back into the Run days. And I mean, I used to love New York, Bronx music. It's just what hip hop's all about. To me, it's not more or less just playing the music that people want to hear. It was also bringing in new music and making a night a special night, and making a person or a lot of people feel happy. Actually, when I was 35, I had my first pancreatic attack. Well, it's not cancer. It's what the official diagnosis is: chronic pancreatitis. I didn't know what it was, had no idea. It felt like you had a bloatedness of gas in your body. And I felt that for 12 hours, and then the pain kicks in and it hurts pretty good. So went to the emergency room and ended up staying a week. You gotta eat better, you gotta quit drinking, and you'll be fine. Yeah, none of that works, right? The trigger to what causes it is triglycerides in your body. You're supposed to have, let's say, 150 milligrams, or whatever the measuring unit is for triglycerides in your body. That's the high level. So you're supposed to have 150 and below. Well, the first time I went to the hospital, they were 3,500. And then the last time I went, they were over 6,000. Normally the pain comes gradually. And when I mean pain, it's, if you just imagine somebody with a burning hand reaching in your body and grabbing your pancreas and squeezing it. That's pretty much what it feels like. So when I woke up, the pain was already there. Instantly called a buddy of mine to take me to the hospital. I walk into the hospital room or the emergency room and tell them what's going on, and they, tell me to have a seat. And by that time, I think I lasted 2 or 3 more steps, and then, kind of fell out. So I went into the back room, and I go in the back, and they put me in the room in the bed, and they're taking my vitals, and they do all of that, ask me a few questions, answer them here and there. I can't move. I'm coughing, and I can't control my arms, my legs. The room goes just blurry, basically. Looking at the ceiling, and everything kind of blurs, and you fade out into an area to where you don't know if it's real or not real, because you can't move. You can feel, but you can't feel. You can hear, but you can't answer. So I felt hands on my neck, and I opened my eyes, and I see a doctor and 2 nurses, and they're asking me questions, and they're talking to me, and I can feel a hand right here I can feel a hand on my ankle. I feel a hand on my wrist. And I hear the doctor say, "Do you have a pulse?" Asking the other nurses. And I can hear them. "No, I don't have a pulse." Called out to the other nurse, "Do you have a pulse?" She says, "No, don't have a pulse." And he says, "I don't have a pulse either." And I can hear a cart coming down the hallway. It's loud. You can hear it banging, rattling back and forth. And as that sound grew louder, the lights basically shut down. That was it. I feel the eyelids open. It's kind of like watching the opening of an old school movie where the bottom of the screen goes up to the top, and it's like boom. Right, well, there was no boom right to it. It was, I don't know, it was empty. It was nothing. There was no fear. There was no reason to call for help. There was, I don't know, it was just this eerily calm. I thought I would fear. I thought, as you look back at it, I thought I would feel all these things, but you don't feel anything. What came to vision, which was basically my vision, was to the ceiling, was it's a black cloud in a white balance, kind of like a black and white vision. And the black swirled. Never made it a distinct figure, but made a figure enough that you can imagine what it was. And your imagination is pretty much going crazy because you don't know what is going on. Like I said, you don't feel nothing, you don't fear nothing, you don't have nothing guiding you, nothing. And that lasted for, I don't know, felt like forever. Probably in reality it was, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe. And there was no rejoice of the next memory. It probably went on for like 2 weeks. It was kind of like a debate. I don't know. It was something that I didn't have the answer to. I didn't even know how to answer it. It was just consistent that either we go this way or what's going to happen. And it necessarily didn't give me a decision. It just led me. And it was to a point to where I said it wasn't going to lead me anymore. The next time it appeared, I envisioned of it meaning something totally different in my head. I tried to witness the positive of what I was seeing, not the negative. It was scary. It scared me for 2 weeks. But I realized I'm still here. There's people in my room. There's things around me. I can't really communicate with them. They all think I'm gonna die. Matter of fact, the doctors told everybody in my family I had less than a 10% chance of living. First 2 weeks was touch and go every single day. I could have died any day. That was the time where all this was happening. The whole debate. I guess I'm lucky to have a debate, right? Wow. But what I saw was, I don't know, it wasn't me. It wasn't what I wanted. It was darkness. It was evil. It was sadness. It was mourning. It was never ending. It was consistent, like the pain that I suffered. And that's exactly where I was going. %. Well, that's changed right now, yeah. Woo! Wait a second, man. Woo! Shit. You see, these visions that I explained to you would come back while people were in the room. I would see like roaches or rats running across the room. I used to say it out loud, you know, because I could see it plain as day and nobody else could see it. They were all black. They were all shadowy, out of your focus visions. They weren't like you're looking at it and see it. You know, we were like, what was that? You know, type of thing. I could constantly see them. I could constantly feel them. When I was sleeping, I could feel them. When I was awake, I could feel them. And like I said, I didn't fear it, but it felt like I was on guard at all times, like don't come near me type of thing. I remember waking up one morning and my mother had opened up the blinds to the room and the sun had come in. And it was when I woke up, and I don't know, it was beautiful. And I felt that whatever I'd been through was gone.
Where the ladies at? 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 Where the ladies at?
Clap your hands, everybody. That's the way I explained my whole DJ style. It's like I wanted to take you somewhere where you didn't think about what was going on, you know? And it was that transportation of taking you to somewhere that you don't know where you're going, but you just going. And then when you know you're going, oh, it's fun. You know, it's like, yes, sir, let's go. And that's when I came out of the funk of not knowing where I was going and knew exactly where I was going. Now it was my time to tell others, hey, this is where I'm going. And you want to come? I mean, it's fun. Faith, spirit, and knowing that God has a plan for you. Man. And witnessing the plan, you know, going through the plan. You shouldn't have to do what I did to get there. Just going there and knowing there is no question in my mind that there is not a higher level to what we experience. And it's so much further advanced than we can ever imagine. I mean, something that can convince you of a miracle was basically what happened to me, of that you're gonna be just fine, and you're just fine 3 years later, if not better, health-wise than you were before. Yes, sir, that's the Spirit of God right there. Amen. It's just fun, man. It's just, it is what it is, bro.
I ride for my niggas down. I ride for my
Anyway, man, cut that shit out. This is Gator, and I'm telling you what, I died and came back to life just to tell y'all about it. Yeah.